This is the story of Leo Thorne, a man burdened by the most infuriating, beautiful, and utterly useless gift imaginable, precognition, but only 5 seconds into the future. It's a trick of the mind that plays out like a stutter in spacetime, a 5-second, crystal-clear snippet of what's about to happen. For years, Leo thought it was a curse. It was enough time to perfectly dodge a falling potted plant, select the winning lottery scratch-off before buying the losing ones, or choose the quickest checkout lane, the ultimate microscopic advantage. Rendering true, life-altering wealth or change forever out of reach. He lived his life in perpetual, frustrating slow motion, always just 5 seconds ahead of the rest of humanity. He worked as a pedestrian safety consultant, a deliberately ironic, low-stakes job. His 5 seconds told him precisely when a careless driver would run a red light or when an unseen patch of ice would cause a slip. He was a micro-hero, preventing dozens of minor accidents daily, a human bumper guard. His life was predictable, safe, and deeply lonely. The ability made true intimacy impossible. How do you maintain mystery or genuine surprise when you always know the exact word your date is about to say, or the exact moment they're about to reach for your hand? The 5-second window was a transparent, inescapable wall separating him from spontaneity. The routine was shattered during a rainy Tuesday evening. Leo was walking home when his sight hit him, 5 seconds of pure chaos. It wasn't the usual car crash or slip and fall. This future showed a complete blackout of the city grid, followed by an explosion of blue light from the massive, seemingly abandoned observatory on the hill overlooking the downtown core. The most unnerving detail, however, was a fleeting glimpse of himself, not just seeing the events, but seeing his own face, utterly horrified, pressed against a cold pane of glass, just before the clip cut out. This time, the vision felt different. It was the first time the 5-second warning had been about an event, not just an accident. Driven by instinct, Leo abandoned his routine and rushed toward the observatory, using his ability to perfectly navigate the gridlocked, panicked traffic caused by the initial, localized power flicker that preceded the full blackout. When he reached the perimeter, his 5-second foresight was a cacophony of overlapping threats, a security guard's punch, a lock clicking, a wire sparking. He dodged the guard, anticipated the lock's weak point, and disabled the wire, slipping inside just as the city plunged into darkness and the main explosion rippled across the hill. Inside the cavernous, glass-domed telescope chamber, the massive dish was aimed not at the sky, but directly at the center of the Earth. A brilliant blue energy was surging through the instruments, overloading them. Standing at the central console was an elderly woman, Dr. Anya Sharma, Elysium's last resident astrophysicist. Leo burst into the room. The power surge, the blue light, it's going to tear the city apart. Dr. Sharma turned, calm despite the crackling energy. 5 seconds. Mr. Thorne, always 5 seconds ahead. You're predictable. Leo froze. How did you know my ability? Sharma smiled sadly. Because I designed it. Or rather, I designed the field that activates it. Do you really think humanity suddenly developed a random, limited precognitive ability? No, we needed a safety measure. She explained that the observatory wasn't a telescope. It was a decades-old, experimental energy projector designed to broadcast a localized, phase-shifted signal deep into the Earth's mantle. The target was a rogue, subterranean tectonic plate, a slow-motion disaster that would cause a megaquake wiping out the continent in approximately 6 months. Her blue light was a stabilization field, slowing the plate's movement, buying time. But the projector was failing, and the 6-month clock was accelerating into mere hours. My ability, my 5 seconds, Leo stammered, his mind reeling. Is the projector's final failsafe? Sharma confirmed. When the machine fails, it activates a global quantum field. The side effect is localized precognition, limited to 5 seconds. It generates a temporary, forward-looping timeline within your brain's memory center. It's only activated by existential threats. You, Mr. Thorne, are the only one on the planet with the ability because you are the only one who can anticipate the complex sequence of button presses, wire cuts, and energy fluctuations needed to realign the failing projector and save the city. You need to fix it within the next minute. The crushing weight of true consequence hit Leo. His ability wasn't a party trick. It was a complex, time-delayed instruction manual. He wasn't seeing the future. He was receiving real-time instructions from the machine itself, feeding him the exact movements he needed to perform. His 5 seconds was not a glimpse of fate, but the length of the processing lag for the machine's complex diagnostic output. He lunged toward the console, the massive glass dome overhead crackling with dangerous energy. His vision overloaded, 5 seconds of frantic hand movements, sparks, buttons pressed in rapid, inhuman sequence, the stench of ozone. He didn't understand the science, but the instructions were clear. His body moved, guided by the machine's final, desperate attempt at survival. He twisted a dial, flipped a breaker, and shoved a glowing crystal back into its socket, all movements perfectly choreographed by the 5-second visions. The blue light surged one last, terrifying time, and then, a deep, humming silence. The projector stabilized, the city power flickered back on. Dr. Sharma sighed in relief. But then, the final, unexpected twist, the true horror that Leo saw in the 6th second, just after he saved the world. He looked up at the observatory's dome, and through the glass, he saw the face of Dr. Sharma reflected back, perfectly composed, but with a slight, predatory smile. "Thank you, Leo," she said, her voice dropping to a cool, clinical tone. "The stabilization field is active, the plate is safe, and now that you've fixed the projector, the machine is running at full capacity for its original purpose." "Original purpose?" Leo repeated, dread pooling in his gut. "Yes, it doesn't just project energy into the Earth. It's a prototype interdimensional communication device. And now, thanks to your perfect 5-second choreography, I can finally send the signal." She reached out and pressed one final, small button that Leo's 5-second warning had deliberately not shown him. The 5-second warning wasn't a failsafe for the Earth. It was a tool to ensure the successful activation of the interdimensional beacon. And Leo, the micro-hero, had been perfectly played by the machine's creator. The blue light intensified, not threatening the city this time, but reaching out into the void, beckoning something vast and cold. Leo Thorne, the man who saw 5 seconds into the future, could only watch in terror as the 6th second arrived, bringing with it not the end of the world, but the beginning of something infinitely worse.